that's one of those. I don't know if it was a song I would say guilty pleasure, because I've watched that more than once. It's got a guest role for Lon Chaney Jr., who plays an axe murderer. Then you also have the Frankenstein monster and Dracula, who are, let's just say, campy. Doesn't begin to describe Dracula.
Wasn't that one of Lon Chaney's last roles too?
It was. I don't know if it was his exact last one, but it was. Yeah, he was elderly and like toward the end there. Yeah.
Yeah, he was getting close to the end. I believe he was guest starring. I think that was one of his last. I'm not sure. Could be wrong. I'm always wrong. I'm an evil clown, folks. I'm not a genius.
No, you are almost. You're either correct or almost correct. Though it was one of his final roles. Yeah, him and J. Carroll Naish too, the other old-time Universal actor, who was in a wheelchair and elderly, and they dragged him out just to put his name on the credits. Kind of like. What Ed Wood did with Bela Lugosi.
Right.
They're just trying to get the last drop of blood and life from these people.
What they're going to do with Peter Mayhew in the new Star Wars thing. The guy's in a wheelchair. Chewbacca in a wheelchair. That's...
well, maybe through the magic of CGI or animatronics, they can get him walking around.
Yeah, we're not even going into stepping on that subject there. We're going to stay right with Frankenstein's monster. I'll go with another bad one. And... someone made the mistake of getting this for me for a holiday present because it looked really cool, the hologram. All it was called was The Monster. It was 2 hours of god-awful crap. It was Frankenstein meets the Blair Witchcraft trial. You didn't see the monster at all. It was like glimpses and pieces of it until the end of it.
Frankenstein monster with no monster.
He was there, but it was like they were going to see Bigfoot. He was in the Arctic. That we're like, how they say in the end of the story where he ends up. Well, the people say he's really there, and they go to find him. And long story short, he kills everybody, but you never see any of it. It is such a tease. I'm like, this is horrible. This isn't even good horrible. Suspense-wise, the creature was never there. You only saw bits and pieces of him.
Memo to every low-budget movie maker out there, okay? Myself, me personally, I love the Blair Witch Project. Second part of that statement, it can only be done effing once. It cannot be, you can't. I mean, it's a one of a kind. You can't duplicate that again. It just loses any of its effectiveness.
That was bad. And I wouldn't even, the one I Frankenstein that came out
I don't
think
we should dignify that with a conversation on this show.
That was just, the trailer was just so horrible. I couldn't even.
I tried to watch it. I couldn't watch it. Really, I think those are 2 of the Frankenstein films I could not. Actually, literally, I couldn't get through them. That one and the Robert De Niro one.
Yeah, the Robert De Niro one. The makeup job on that thing was horrible. Like, you're trying to be Frankenstein. You don't. No,
I just kept waiting for the Frankenstein monster to start talking like a gangster. I just can't do it.
However, one of my favorites that the Frankenstein's monster was in, and we can't leave without talking about this, was the Monsters. It adapted.
We're bringing up the Monsters?
Why not? It was Frankenstein, right? And
well, you're right. It's Frankenstein inspired. No question about it.
It was Frankenstein in a funny role, and I thought that was a really good show. Still to this day, not too big on the 80s
but it outlived its time.
Right, but I love the original, and you got to give him credit for doing that.
Well, it wasn't only Frankenstein, though, right? That was a little tribute to all the Universal monsters, right? Because Grandpa Dracula, Lily, Lady Vampire.
But still, the Frankenstein's monster was the main character.
Yeah,
and that was a hilarious show, and I can't go off talking about Frankenstein without bringing that up. Just like I can't go on a Halloween show without bringing this man up. And this is one of the very few songs you will hear here on Rhode Island's free radio, Chuckles Crypt. We go down to Marilyn Manson's This Is Halloween.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see this our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Everybody scream. Won't you please make way for a very special guy? Our man Jack is king of the pumpkin patch. Everyone hail to the pumpkin king now. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween, 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 Halloween. In this town we call home. Everyone hail to the pumpkin song.
Hey there, boils and ghouls. That was Marilyn Manson. This is Halloween. That's off a soundtrack, Nightmare Before Christmas. Really good movie. But we're not on that subject. We're wrapping up the subject about Frankenstein. And yes, we've gotten to the end of this. And I've given you your treat, ladies and gentlemen, and I haven't tricked you this time. Yet. We're going to the end part of this, and I'm going to talk about, you said, you made your comments earlier in the first episode about Marvel's adaptation of Frankenstein. Yep. I didn't say DC did a poor job of it. I just said I was pissed that they cut it. However, they interbred him into a new series, which was Justice League Dark. And I have seen such things as Frankenstein taking down Superman. Now, this is something that you wouldn't see.
Excuse me? Now this I hadn't come across. I haven't been keeping up lately.
Not like killing him, but getting a good hit in to where it shakes the man and puts him through a building. So they have taken this creature and they have given him the abnormal strong stuff. And he swings a sword and he's got all these supernatural powers, but he's all calm and collective, which the monster would be calm and collective. He's not over excitable.
Well, as always, like I say, I'll just, as far as addressing that, I will just say it depends. Just like a lot of the classic monsters, it depends which Frankenstein are we talking about. In other words, because these characters have, as the phrase is now, these characters have been reimagined again and again and again and again and again. I mean, there's almost no resemblance from the Boris Karloff Frankenstein, to let's say the one we're discussing now. Just like all the monsters are like that.
I do recommend it though, George. I do recommend you get the Agents of the Shade. They are pretty cheap. They're in episode 1 through 16 there, and then go into the newer books that they've put it in there, because I think you'll enjoy them just as much as you did the Marvel, especially the Agents of Shade, because they pull in characters that are mummy-like, werewolf-like, and vampire-like. So I think you'll enjoy it. But he's the leader of that group. We're going to wrap things up here, and I'm sorry to say this here in Chuckles Crypt, but if you want more, of course, listen to the Haunted Cabaret here on Rhode Island Free Radio. And, of course, you always go back to the website and replay this. If you want to hear it again and again and again and share it with your friends, I highly recommend it.
Or you know what we can do is that we do have an episode of the Haunted Cabaret coming up.
We do.
There's no reason, mostly because I don't prepare for anything, there's no reason that we can't just continue this Frankenstein discussion or Universal discussion or...
That's why I love the Haunted Cabaret. I'm never prepared here. Neither is...
We are...
It's great. It just works out the way it is. We're going to wrap out the show here in Chuckles Crypt. I'm going to say Happy Halloween to all my listeners out there, and be safe trick-or-treating out there, all you little ghouls.
Yeah, if something's going to happen, make sure it happens to the other person.
Yeah, be very safe, and remember, if you want to donate some of that candy, you know where I'm at. We're going to wrap things up with Jackie Morningstar's Rockin' in the Grave. Trick-or-treat and Happy Halloween to all.
Now you've heard of the purple people eater, and they sing of the witch doctor too. I guess these songs have sold 1 million copies. Well, I got one to sell 1 million too. Well, I was out in the graveyard about 12 o'clock. Something hit me, it felt like a rock. I thought it was an Alpine around in the road, but it's just an old ghost digging holes in the ground. I said, wait a minute, boy, wait a minute, wait a minute, boy, I say. Wait a minute, boy, wait a minute, before you run away.
keep my jack-o'-lantern light on for everyone tonight.